Good morning, family. Brian J. Charles of North Memphis, Tennessee. Of course, me and my wife, we continue to be cyber gang stalked unmercifully by Amy Wyrick and Magistrate Judge Jerome Kearney out of Little Rock, initially out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, but he was unable to finagle his way into a magistrate position there in Little Rock. Well, these people are stalking us unmercifully in retaliation for me fighting for my life. Of course, they 8/22/2025, they had me kidnapped and spirited over into Pine Bluff, this guy's hometown, where they had the people there in the jail and the different sheriffs and different ones, the judges working, trying to give me a rape charge and take my life so they can keep stealing these $5 million I sued for in 1993, actually. That matter now is in Shelby County in the Western District under the Most Honorable Samuel H. Mays, and I pray that he's working to get me and the missus repaired ASAP Rocky. But Miss Wyrick stalks into this phone through a Google Play services. Somehow she's able to remotely download shit into this phone. And again, they have people all around in the hotels and the Indians here, as well as 1922 Elvis Presley Boulevard, are owned by Amy Wyrick's domestic terrorist organization, who has a lot of bodies on their hands. The other crimes are just financial stuff and child abductions and shit, but Miss Wyrick is a heinous criminal. So I'm the only one who's had the courage and the testicular fortitude to even raise these kind of issues. So I'm a little disgruntled because I had laid out her criminal enterprise, but I had been forced under the real format. You know, when you go to your page, you're going to either use the real or the go live. So she had been interfering with my live and taking down my videos that the more incriminating ones, until I was trying to go up under the real, and I can upload them when it's like a minute or two, and I'm not speaking about anything that'll get in the back of their penitentiary, her and a criminal enterprise, so they allow them to go through. So as I had finished up this video that I had just did under the real, it was over an hour and some video. She is able to intercept it through the Google Play services that she downloads into this phone and controls this phone, stalks all around. These Indians be stalking all around. And this, what we're forced to deal with here in this city, is a criminal enterprise that has businesses, banks, law enforcement involved in it. So Miss Wyrick always create dangerous scenarios for me and my baby. This has been her pattern since I've been really fighting, since she seized that $1.9 million in 2018 of May. And her husband there, Charles, was there in Phoenix, Arizona at the DMV giving us false IDs and licenses. And also there at the Phoenix College when I enrolled for psychology May of 2018. He was there at the financial aid department, where he had been through all other departments, just as he was there in Memphis in 2022 when I was trying to go on for Federal Express after I did the 90 days through a pilot prestigious placement that they had set up. Miss Wyrick hadn't set it up out on Director's Row. So, man, I'm tired of dealing with Miss Wyrick, but I'm not going to fold. So she's going to have to continue to stalk into these phones, and eventually they're going to track you down, Miss Wyrick. Violating my rights to the 13th power, you satanic whore. You and your sexual deviant husband. You two pedophile motherfuckers. You two degenerate motherfuckers who needs the back of the penitentiary. And that'll really be too good for you two low-life motherfuckers. And your boy Jerome Kearney, his ass going too. I don't know why he's fighting me so hard now. You weren't fighting me when you were still in my life, you sorry motherfucker, you. You weren't doing that fighting then. I be telling my wife as these people be stalking us around the city. You know, they've had a lot of fallout behind me fighting, like in that kidnapping out of after 8/22/2025. I had a sheriff that forced they let him retire, like they did Lieutenant Kelly there in Memphis, after he had been stalking and got a lot of bodies, I'm sure. You're talking about a heinous criminal enterprise who willing to do anything to remain out of the limelight of the people where they can be apprehended and prosecuted. Those 9 indicted for public corruption there in Shelby County, 8/3/2021. Well, Miss Wyrick was part and parcel of that. But of course, she's not going to indict her damn self. And Chris Kraft involved with that. So you think these people are going to indict themselves? So now we have the federal authorities there. Miss Wyrick's people fighting tooth and nail because now they're trying to keep Mr. Mulroy from focusing on her. You see, just as those 9 had state and federal charges, Miss Wyrick is due state and federal charges. But they're trying to make like if Mr. Mulroy's office bring them, then this is personal. This is not based on Miss Wyrick's domestic terrorist organization. This is based on Mr. Mulroy. He don't like her no way. With that same Klansman shit that they put down on the people of color and all people there in Tennessee now since the Civil War. Of course, Bedford Forrest and them murdered unmercifully during that Civil War. Fort Pillow comes to fame because when they had the slaves and different ones housed up there at Fort Pillow, Bedford Forrest set them on fire and killed them all. And we looked up there in Memphis. The lady Miss Sawyer, who's still catching flack for her desire to have this Klansman removed from that park. She still got to have armed guards because these motherfuckers racist. Incompetent motherfuckers who done played their way into the highest levels of our government. Like Senator Brett Taylor. All he got is a mortician certificate. But he's there challenging a professor of law. And got motherfuckers on his team. And this is what we have to deal with there in Shelby County with the vicious racist system that has been in place. And until Chris Kraft and his group are removed, racism will continue to dominate the judicial system. I pray that Mr. Samuel H. Mays and those guys, I think Mr. Mays is high as you can get over there in the federal court. I pray that they are people of good, people of ethics and morals, and hadn't been caught up in this Sodom and Gomorrah mindset that is sweeping our world. Mr. Trump is trying to do away with that. We know that this AI can put a face on. You ain't got to be done no crime. This AI can put your face on it, and then the people will go for that, and you look up, and they got you in a jam. Like last time Miss Wyrick had them to kidnap me in this city, right? I look up, she got Cleophas' picture in the police car. The man looked back. He said, "Is that you?" I look, because she kind of looked like she may have in some kind of way and got my eyes, but she got the rest of it as Cleophas. So the man looked here, and it's right there in the computer that the federal judge here, Mr. Lee Rudolphsky, he dismissed that shit. Freed me. I was telling my wife the other day, we were standing there on the block, and I have to encourage myself. And I was telling her how it's men in the back of that penitentiary right now. The chairman of the youth organization, Mr. Hoover. He's been trapped for years. What's that guy? They tricked him with the Sean Penn, and the lady went to see him. El Chapo. Craig Pettis. These guys have unlimited bankrolls. Big Meese before he was able to get out. I'm sure he was able to get some of that money and keep it back. At any rate, these people, they were unable to get out. They had the highest priced attorneys in the world. P. Diddy. Right now. Lil Durk. Now, these people had me boxed in over in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, 8/22/2025, right? Trying to take my life, and they would have had me. I would have probably got killed or shanked or something before I got to prison if they had been able to get that rape shit that they were trying to put down on me. You know, they don't treat rapists too well in prison. So I was able to file a habeas corpus. This guy sitting right here this morning making this video. I was able to file a habeas corpus, right? And it was such a powerful writ, obviously, that it caused the doors to open for me 13 days after the most honorable district court of Little Rock got it. It's now been moved to Shelby County, Memphis, Tennessee. That's been over 90 days ago. We continue to suffer cyber gang stalking unmercifully. Motherfuckers all around us in the rooms. 214, 215, 212, in behind us, up under us. The Indians running the hotels. The Indians bought the people out in the Aldi's store. We go to the Aldi's. We go to the Maverick. They got devices, motherfuckers working using our Social Security number. Wherever we've gone, Miss Wired and them have set up a dragnet on us because we don't go in many places. So Miss Wild and them were trying to stay at the back of that penitentiary and trying to maintain these multi-millions of dollars they've seized from us. Together, but they seized that one $5 million matter from me in 1994. And have stalked me ever since. Have stalked me and the missus ever since. Attempted murders on us unmercifully. And Negroes in Memphis who know me all my life, right? They went with the narrative of Amy Wiley with the rape in retrospect, but now they know it ain't no rape. They want assistance because Miss Wiley got a lot of these niggas on speed dial, and they bet not help me because they'll be subjected to persecution. This bitch is a tie. You think Epstein was something? Miss Wiley and her people was Epstein's arm in Tennessee. When they needed those children, they contact Miss Wiley. And Charles Wyrick, and guys up in Pine Bluff like Jerome Kearney, when they needed some children for their pedophilia shit. You see? So I've told my whole, I can never tell my whole story, but I told a great portion of it on that reel, and I looked up, it looked like it was being brought to me. Then it looked up as a uploading error. Miss Wyrick then came in. So I hadn't already thought I was shutting down the Google Play services that Miss Wyrick uploads to in this phone. Every phone I've had over the years, Miss Wyrick is able to backdoor and go in it. They got IT people like Regis Salons had to terminate their IT people. These people was on the payroll for millions of dollars. Don't you know they can make my little phone just a listening tracking device for them? And that's what it has been my experience, but I can't seem to get no help. So I got on here initially this morning to do my daily reflection, and I'm finna do that now, and I'm gonna get out of here. Me and baby got to go and get it. But we are being retaliated against right now by Amy Wiley's criminal enterprise and by Jerome Kearney of Little Rock, Arkansas, who have been working using our identities, and all these businesses have the businesses attacking us because we've been having to panhandle to get this money. Like we don't have all our money now. We got to go out here now. So I know that Miss Wiley got a lot of these niggas in Memphis on the lock because these niggas, I've been right there with them. And these niggas know I ain't did nothing but help them and won't send a half. And when they do send it, look like they send it through some kind of account Miss Wyrick then put in their hands. So I'm okay. She took that one, but she gonna have to keep taking them because see, I'm a mastermind. I keep elevating myself, and my soul, it already knows everything. It's been here since day one. I said in another video how I was there, which is here, when they uttered those most powerful words we ever heard in the universe. Said, let there be light. You see? So she gonna have to keep coming because I'm gonna keep coming. And I'm gonna take you, bitch. I told you, everywhere you cyber gang stalked it from, I let them know that tell that bitch I'm gonna take her. I didn't really know it was Amy Wyrick in particular. I knew it was Regis Salons, Hugh Sawyer and his group, and Beth Tina McGovern, Nazinger Krause and their crew. I knew it was them, but I didn't know it was Amy Wyrick in particular to 9/29/2020. When I looked to my left, and there she was on the bicycle. She had just come out of those same, I see they shooting and killing them children over there in Piedmont Park. Well, Miss Wyrick was finished trying to hit me and my wife 9/29/2020 right there going up toward Piedmont Park. She had just come out of them condominiums, those cream colored condominiums with this black male who she sent up on me again, and they had just come out the shower together. Miss Wyrick is a sexual deviant. Her husband and her, they criminals together. That's the only reason they married. They don't have no sex. He don't want no woman. He into men. Miss Wyrick, if she do have sex, she gonna find her a young male with them long dicks so she can get into her shit. She don't have to use them dildos and them roses and shit. She'll get a young male. She got all the money. She done stole money from every goddamn well. My money, more money than that. It's 66 million. Miss Warren stole some of that money. But she still got her cronies and nepotists right there in place. White, racist, Jewish people, Negroes, boule, motherfuckers. And they have made a mockery of the system. Again, I stand with LeBron James. I'm from Memphis. I've been crying about this shit. Not crying. I've been putting this shit out in the air for a while, for at least a decade now. Still no repairment. So just imagine those who without a voice. That's why the brother got all the money with the lawyer guy. He said, let me be your voice. Because they know there's a lot of voices been choked out. And then if they really tried to get something on the record, their heads was knocked off. So I'm going to do this little daily reflection. I saw this gentleman. He comes through my Facebook page. Me and baby got up early this morning. I was able to cook us a little breakfast in preparation for our day. And I turned to the Facebook getting ready to do my daily reflection initially. But I get other things to come up and I be wanting to get it on the record. And the brother was reciting the Serenity Prayer. And that is recited. My life story looked like it's enabling others to come forward with who they have been. Walking around in guilt and shame because they chose chemical dependency over the hatred that they were feeling out of the society. And then, of course, we'll turn on ourselves. Become our worst enemy. See, I didn't need nobody else hating on me because shit, I was hating on me. But, of course, that's not how the society goes. Our families, they don't go that way. They're going to hate you. Especially if you got what it takes. And they done been private to this millions of dollars. They done stolen every motherfucker in Chicago and different places living good off you. They want you in the grave. Your own family. And that has been my experience. But I stand here today clothing my right mind with my health and strength, like Miss Gina Charles used to say often to me. Me and baby, we clothed in our right mind this morning with our health and strength. Here she is right here. And we finna go and get it, man. We got to go and get it. Miss Wyrick will not remove her foot off our necks. So I have to meet that type of force myself. And I continue to wish the worst for Miss Wyrick. Back of the penitentiary where she can be brutalized, sexually assaulted, all this shit she done did to others. You see? All the shit she done did to others, I want her and her husband to experience that and worse. Mr. Kearney, I don't really get to follow him. He played his way all the way into a magistrate judge position. He was friend with Othello Cross, this guy who came up on the campus. I won't rehash that story. But all that shit was dismissed. But these people still try to, they act as though they are the law and not the real people, the law people. You see? So today is the 16th of April. The topic is anger. Of course, I'm coming out of the book, Daily Reflections. It's really an appendage to the AA program. A lot of people be so poor and down and out when they enter the program. They don't have the Daily Reflections because a lot of great many people can't read. So they have no books, never had any useful books. In our nepotism, cronyism society that has drifted over into the Sodom and Gomorrah mindset. You all know what that is, don't you? When these two angels came to see Brother Lot, Abraham's nephew, they already knew what was happening. They came to warn Brother Lot. Well, these people circled the home, threatening to kill Brother Lot if you don't send them two handsome men back out of there. Well, Brother Lot offered them his virgin daughters. This Sodom and Gomorrah society I'm telling you about. They said, you know we don't want no women. We want them two men. And if you don't send them right now, we're going to take you and stone you. Right? Like they stoned Stephen. in the New Testament. So, of course, the angels pulled him back into home and they told him what was going down. Blinded these degenerates, sexual deviants. Lot's wife, they said she looked back. I believe that's metaphoric for that she really enjoyed homosexuality herself, maybe. And that's her business. And any of them's business who we're into that. If they like it again, I love it. For them. So I'm about to read this piece right here, and I'm fighting up against Amy Wire with her stalkers all around, and somehow they continue to enable him with all the writs, all the federal matters going, with all the jag on the ground. Somehow still Brian J. Charles and Denise Robinson Charles remain unrepaired, remain contacted by real officials, remain in these shitholes for places to live under people who own whole stock and barrel by Amy Wire's criminal enterprise. And we're wondering how our unemployment insurance, where they put that $1.9 million in, we can't get access to it. Before they released me from Pine Bluff, a public defender lady, Miss Trotter, came to see me. Now they had my real jacket. They had been had it. But she asked, have your wife and y'all ever filled out for Social Security and disability or any of that? I said, yes, ma'am. We filled out for all that. I said, every time we do, they seize it. She said, well, they can easily get you back that. But yet we don't have it back. So that means that Miss Wiley still got people there in government, Tennessee government, high up. As well as still in the Shelby County District Attorney Office. As well as on the Memphis Police Department. As well as on the Sheriff's Department. Who are willing to bend and break the rules because they know they're going to get away with impunity with the type of people Ms. Wyrick got in behind her. You know, Ms. Wyrick was brought into that office. She was recommended by Bill Haslam. Me and my wife was almost killed in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is Bill and Jimmy Haslam's home stomping ground. We were gang stalked out of Knoxville, Tennessee, so that they could seize control. I had filed the American Arbitration Association matter on the lowercase Brian Charles 777 at gmail.com. I thought it was my Gmail. Come to find out it was the criminal enterprise of Amy Wyrick. My wife, up until recently, we thought my wife had 111 lowercase TENISEE, TNIC. At gmail.com. Come to find out Ms. Wild and them long since had compromised that. I had this boy Page up there with, God rest his soul, the most honorable Robert Sims Sr. He got out of here 11/2019. So he had some guys who were still coming hanging around. So I saw Amy Wild 9/29/2020. Ironically, that's the date Mr. Lee Rudolsky opened that door and dismissed anything that Arkansas had on the books on me. And it was all fraud. Placed there by Amy Wyrick and Jerome Kearney. And Othello Cross. Before he got out of here June of 2022. He might not be dead. I don't know. These people are feigning their death and go and lay in Florida on your money. On their back. Beasley may be still alive. Somewhere enjoying somebody's money. You do know that they running a racket there in Shelby County, Chris Craft and Amy Wyrick and them with those bodies they got in those jails. Don't you know that those bodies is on the Social Security numbers is what's traded on the stock market? You think they're gonna give out them 40 and 50-year sentences for nothing and then let that money just accrue on those people's Social Security number and don't have their cousin going to their friends' job at the MLGNW or somewhere, and they'll put these people, got his name there, but got these people's Social Security number in there, and they raping those accounts. And if you get close to that, then you might find yourself in a jail in Arkansas for rape. And you ain't raped no motherfucker. Excuse my French, you got too much puss on your hand now. From my guys out the streets. Some out the streets. But I picked up books. Once I saw I didn't know shit, I quit faking like I had figured the whole game out, because I knew I hadn't. con on the short end of the stick, con reaching, picking up this goddamn crack. So I'm gonna finish this read, man, but we are disgruntled, man, and we're tired of being cyber gang stalked in the United States of America, and this is supposed to be a land of law and order. Ruled by law, not by despots, sexual deviants, DEI motherfuckers with really no talent. Just can parakeet real good. You can get a parrot to stand up and say some of this shit that some of these people who done got up, big powerful people. You can get a parakeet and get it to say that same shit. These motherfuckers ain't got no erudition in them. That Cecil Humphrey law thing up and prior to Mr. Monroe was nothing but nepotism and cronyism. And of course, vicious racism. Anger, a dubious luxury. See, I'm not really angry this morning. I'm with what you would call, it's a little frustration here. Obviously. Life still being held up. Wife having to deal with this treachery motherfucker stomping past, coming out 4, 5 in the morning now talking like they got something so important to talk about. 2 men in a room in 215. This same room that they've been had niggas who go out in jobs. Last I checked, this nigga was working for Riceland. This nigga is a convict. This nigga ain't got no aptitude to be at no Riceland, but if he got my social security and I'm gonna tell it to his name, he can be at Riceland. And my wife, we're licensed cosmetologists. We're professional people. When I saw, when old boy, Charles Wyrick was there at Phoenix College, May of 2018, they seized, I took an acuplacer exam there in Phoenix College. I scored so high, I was at graduation at Arizona State University, and all I had to do, my classes was just, I could do them orally. I was at graduation. That was seized from me. And we were eventually, I looked up few months later, 9/7/2018, and there was Lieutenant Kelly on that balcony at the Victory Inn Hotel, which it was permanently closed, ironically, reaching for his gun at me with that murder suspect with him. They smoking crack in the rooms. Sandy Myra was on the property, and what's her name? Beth Tina McGovern Nasinger Krause was there, looking on from her SUV. She was living at the time when I got back in Memphis. She was living out there in Morris Blake's shop, which was across from the old Raleigh Springs Mall. Since that time, all that money was stolen. That $1.9 million from the American Arbitration Association matter 011700065605 Brian J. Charles versus Regis Salon Empire Education Group was fraudulently settled there in Knoxville, Tennessee shortly after the May of 2018. They were gang stalking the life out of me. I looked up and saw this boy Charles Wyrick was right there May 2018 standing there looking at me at graduation. I mean, when I got to the financial aid department there in Phoenix College, he's standing there looking at me. Said, no, you don't get no financial aid. Vicious homosexual. Same one was down at the hub when me and baby was trying to get our mail routed through the hub. Miss Wyrick has maintained our identity. We got millions of dollars behind our names. So you think these Indians gonna turn that down and they'll steal a motherfucker for $20? And now you talking about millions of dollars behind their name. You think they won't get in behind that? All up and down here, especially they got them hotel where they'll take $20. You go in there for an hour and school your girl, and they'll take $20. What you think they'll do in 7 figures or 8 figures behind your name? These motherfuckers will hit you if you ain't blessed and got God on your side. We talking about degenerate motherfuckers with no education. All they know how to do is break the law. For some money, they'll let you can human traffic under these Indians. Sexual, all kind of shit, they'll do it. This is from observation. Again, I'm not a racist. I just observe people who think I'm a damn fool. A lot of times when people think you're a damn fool, they'll show their hand to you. All the time, you super king standing there looking at these motherfuckers. It wouldn't last a day. If you took them out there to North Memphis, where you from, wouldn't last a second. So this is what we've had to deal with, and we continue to have to deal with it on April 16th of 2026. And I got a matter now, it's been 6 months. If it was filed 9/16/2025 in the Eastern District of Arkansas, a habeas corpus matter. So my body is free, but where my money is for the injustice done me. I see around the country now they starting to go get at these people for falsely arresting people if it's just for 30 seconds. I believe I've been a catalyst for that, but again, I sit here not repaired, so I'm disgruntled to the 13th power. Now we got to go out here again today. Miss Wire gonna have her people circling the goddamn blocks like you wouldn't believe. Her people there at the Gateway. Her people there at the Tallulah. Her people there at the church behind the Tallulah. Cadence Bank. The credit union across from there. Plato's. Everywhere we've gone, Miss Wire people come in and bribe these people. And these people, O'Reilly's. We still sick of these motherfuckers at O'Reilly's circling us. Going into Gateway and dropping the devices off, coming back, stalking some more. Of course, to kidnap a person, you know you got to have public corruption going. So we are in a bad situation to be down here in this racist city. And we're fighting like you wouldn't believe to get out of here. The reason I do the videos. I'm not doing the videos for clicks. And I appreciate Magic Johnson and Deion Sanders tremendously. I can't pay them financially. I can't. Because, hey, man, they didn't save my life, really. Me and baby's life. By posting my material. So I'm going to get this read in. I'm going to get out of here, man. But we're not happy. We work for a lot of money, state of Tennessee. You people coming at Mr. Morrow up there in the government, right? Because you trying to make it where he won't go and present Miss Wyrick to the grand jury. Miss Wyrick was supposed to be indicted in 2021 when she was in there. But her and Chris Kraft, again, they controlled the indictment process. They weren't having no motherfucking grand juries. In 2011, I know they weren't. Because I represented myself. I had to represent myself there in Pine Bluff. You think Miss Trotter would have filed that habeas corpus for me? She knew it was fraud when they first grabbed me 9/2/2025. She knew it was 2024, Labor Day. The judge knew. Judge Dennis knew. But these people, man, they've been able to get away with murder when it comes to people of color. Literally, not figuratively. So I'm trying to be the one who changed that narrative for the people of color. So I had to risk my life doing it. Anger, a dubious luxury. See, if we were to live, we had to be free of anger. The grouch and the brainstorm were not for us. They may be the dubious luxury of normal men, but for alcoholics, these things are poison. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 66. Dubious luxury. How often have I remembered those words? It's not just anger that's best left to non-alcoholics. See, this dubious luxury is what non-alcoholics, they can have these mindsets and character defects and get away with it. Not so the alcoholic, chemical dependent person. These things have destroyed more alcoholics and chemically dependent persons than the actual alcohol and the chemical of choice. I built a list including justifiable resentment, self-pity, judgmentalism, self-righteousness, false pride, and false humility. I'm always surprised to read the actual quote. So well have the principles of the program been drummed into me that I keep thinking all of these defects are listed too, when they're not listed in the book. But the program is such a, it can get into you if you allow it. It can get into you and it can permeate all aspects of your being, enabling you to get answers like it's coming from a sixth sense almost. Where you used to would fall for the old banana in the tailpipe, over here, they sound so boop in your head. And you say, oh, I can't do that. Like yesterday. They stalked us unmercifully. Circling that block, they stalked us unmercifully. I got in with baby. What we do? We got in. We always have to settle down and just. Of course, we have our coffee, and then what we eat. We had some muffins still left from some people who brought them. We didn't do no lot of eating. I may have did some peppers. Yeah. We had some people to bring us some big thing of jalapeno peppers, so I'll fry them up. And we went to bed. We'd be so exhausted from all the hate that we've experiencing here in this city from them, where we live at, from out in this city. They got several workers for them. See, these Indians own the whole town. They own the stores. They own the Magic Touch. They own the Aldi's, I believe. They own everything. And they racist. Unfortunately, these some racist criminals. And they work hand in hand with Amy Wyrick since we've been here, since day one. And we're trying to get the hell out of here. Because our lives are being in jeopardy with Jerome Kearney and Miss Wyrick both able to have people all around us, right next to us, up under us, behind us. I damn near had to whoop this guy in 2015 down here living with this white guy. I damn near had to whoop him with that club out here about a couple of weeks ago. He just came up and hit the door. She trying to start an altercation so she can send for her police. Like she sent him up on me in baby 2/25/2026. We paying him. It ain't bothering nobody. Same people who on the tape I got on my Twitter and Facebook page, he come up, he threatened me. He said if he didn't think I had a gun or a knife, he trying to get the police to come up blazing at me with his gun. At any rate, this is what we've been up against. And we continue to face this type of atrocious behavior from public officials as we just trying to have a decent life. So yesterday we came in, and after we came in and settled down a minute, I didn't want to go back out because baby don't really like for me to go out without her. And I understand why. So I had to go and hit that golf ball a little. So I went up to this same church who denied us any assistance when we first entered the town. It's been working with Amy Wyrick since day one. So I went up there and hit the golf ball. I got this setting wedge. I love to see I can drive my setting wedge like it's a 7-iron, really. But if I had that 7-iron, I couldn't put as much oomph into my swing as I do with that setting wedge because I knocked the ball way up. I can hit the golf ball, man. And can't many people do that. All I need is my life. I'll be around the world hitting the golf ball. Taking it easy, one day at a time. I want to be a pro golfer. She wouldn't let me be a professional football player or baseball player. Hell, I want to play pro golf. Or if I don't play for pro, just be able to have a bankroll where I can join the tournament, and whoever win the tournament get $1,000,009 or 1.4. First, second, third, fourth, fifth place get a bankroll. And I guarantee you I would be in the top ranking on that. So I'm fighting with all my might for me and the baby's life. We ain't getting no younger. She's blocked us from medical attention, everything. And we cannot get our lives released out of the state of Tennessee. They keep coming at Mr. Mora, old Brent Taylor, who done got his hand on some of that money, obviously. He coming at Mr. Mora with all these chicken shit ass, bullshit ass encroachments trying to keep him from prosecuting Amy Wyrick's domestic terrorist organization, who he may be a part and parcel of, because there's no motherfucker elect him. I thank God I can't afford them, or I surely would indulge in them. These are common mindsets, this anger, this resentments at people and all this type of stuff. This is common in our society. These are no new happenings. So here I am, Brian J. Charles, out of North Memphis, Tennessee, native Memphian. Again, I support LeBron James. I don't normally support LeBron James because most billionaires and multi-millionaires, they don't have the mindset of Magic Johnson, guys like Deion Sanders and them. A lot of times they be done compromise themselves. A lot of them name on that goddamn Epstein list. But I support these people because they appear to be independent. They appear to have come up out the mud. And that's what I look to do, me and baby. You know, they say that lotus is one of the most beautiful plants in the world. But it comes up, it's born, it's created in mud. I'm going to get out of here. I deviate, man. You guys have a wonderful day on today. This is Tantalizing Tremendous Thursday. And me and baby, I think we're going to be just fine. If you can cash out us, we sure need it. We're domestic terrorist victims of ex-Shelby County District Attorney Amy Wyrick and a magistrate out of Little Rock right now, Jerome Kearney, right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. And if you could, please cash out us. My cash app, our cash app is emblazoned everywhere. We don't have no job. We hadn't been unable to work, but others has been able to work using our social security numbers. Right here in this hotel. Right here in this city. Guarantee you, if you check it, some motherfuckers probably using my social security number, my wife's, my deceased brother, Tony Gilmore Charles, and my mother's social security number, Miss Gina Charles. And these people been off the airplane 93 and 95 respectively, and Tony Gilmore Charles and Gina Charles. And me and baby ain't working no job, so we shouldn't have. But again, that boy Page up there with Mr. Sims' friend, they had Miss White been stalking us so tough we hadn't been able to look at the paperwork that we had in our possession. I just got a chance to look into my phone, and Miss White, it was her phone in my hand. So I looked up, man, on the amortization. This boy Page, he went to before he filled out the income tax in 2020, he acted like he was empathetic about my situation and the stalking and all that. But after he filled out the income tax, he went to telling me how I should stay my ass with him down there with Amy Wyrick. Again, I got to check the paperwork, and I went to flipping the pages, and he got over in the back of there. I look up, he's got $3-4 million in amortization under me and my wife's social security number, but me and her just got $1,400 apiece from the stimulus money. So where all that money go? Should be an easy find. So we're gonna get out of here, man. But we fighters, we go-getters, and winners win again, and quitters quit, and we're not quitting. You guys have a great day on today. We'll be laboring to do the same. Peace.